Hi everyone, I hope you're all well and I've had a wonderful weekend. I'm using mystical moments today for our reading. I'll choose three cards, I'll read the base of the pack, and I'll also choose three from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart as well and read the base of the pack of those. We're on the healing moon, so that this is the night, the evening before a full moon, and we're moving into this full moon, this full blood moon or flower moon in Scorpio tomorrow, early hours in the morning. And this is when the earth, the moon and the sun all come into alignment. And when this happens, it brings an alignment within us. We receive information, divine intelligence from the sun, all the way from the central sun, enters our sun into and the moon. So that's the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and we receive the downpouring of light, the downloads, the divine intelligence from the sun and the moon, really bringing us into alignment. So this evening is a good time to really go within, as the full moon is in Scorpio. So it really does ask us to delve deep. The aspects of the moon are Neptune, Saturn, and Pluto. So again, very watery planets, very emotions. So waves of emotions that may come to the surface, allow the waves to come. And this evening, sit and write down anything that is out of harmony within, any emotions coming to the surface. And as we write these emotions down, any fears or anxieties, we don't say it's because of this person or this situation. We write down, I'm feeling this fear. And as we write it, we actually feel it coming down into the pen, onto the paper. So we are transferring it from our within onto the paper, and then we take it outside and burn it. And as it burns, we feel how we would feel without carrying that heavy load. Or we can sit in the moon and just look into the moon and see the moon dissolve in anything that is out of alignment within us, and feeling how we would feel without carrying these emotions and these false beliefs. And as we start to come into alignment, and then we are ready for this full moon. And when the moon is full, it's very potent, it's a very powerful time. The new moon is when the moon gathers in the energy, and the full moon is when she lets go. And because it's a lunar eclipse in Scorpio, we receive the energies of Scorpio, the deep mysticism of Scorpio, that shows us that when we delve deep into uncharted territory, we find treasure. This treasure is lying deep beneath us. It's ancient wisdom that's been covered and covered and covered with false beliefs. And as we start to delve deep together with Pluto and Neptune, bringing those beautiful mystical insights, Saturn is the karma planet, the father planet, asking us to release anything that is not in alignment with our hearts, that is not in alignment with joy. And as we let go and really delve deep, we are freeing ourselves now for this beautiful transformation that is occurring. As the full moon rises and it becomes to its peak, it is right in the center of the scales of Libra. So the scales of Libra is all around relationships and harmony. Ancient Greek saw this as a time of the goddess Maat. So when this occurred, they knew that there is a powerful alignment that's going to come through the cosmos, through the universe, and it's going to affect us all. So Goddess Maat is the soul of the cosmos. She's holding those scales. She's bringing everything into right order. Personally, community-wise, globally, universal, we're all being brought into alignment. So during this time, things may come to the surface, and it is to allow it to come to the surface. Be aware of it. We don't project, we don't go into fear. This is a time when truths are going to come to the light. Things that have been hidden will be shown. The light of truth is going to be shown on the divine truth. Is going to be shown on everything that's hidden. The universe is asking us to go within, to allow the outside, whatever is happening on the outside, to occur and go within and delve deep until we find our treasures. Maat is the goddess who stands at the gateway to the afterlife, and she holds the scales and a peacock feather and places our hearts onto the scale. And if our hearts are as light as the feather, we go on into eternal life. If our hearts are heavier, that shows that there's something that is weighing heavy within our hearts that we have to come back and learn and fix. Maybe forgiveness, maybe acceptance, but we come back to relive those experiences, and until the time is that we just purely come from our hearts, that we are open and flowing from our hearts. There's no armor and there's no blocks there. So this is a potent time of beautiful transformation. So we're all, if we've gone through it before, that's fine. We may be going through it now, but we're all being presented with situations in our lives and how we are dealing with them. Are we responding from our hearts? Are we going into a reaction from a mental illusion, from a emotion? So we are going through these tests at this time to really come into alignment and to move and flow from our hearts, because we are seeding a new earth. And when we all drop into our hearts, and we all are here to support and to offer love and to give love and to be love and to show and to create from our hearts, to speak from our hearts, as Mercury is in retrograde in Gemini. Perfect time to really listen to how we are speaking and communicating. Listen to that dialogue within our own minds, how we're speaking to ourselves. We might not be saying anything out loud. It's all going on in our mental, and this is where Mercury is saying, just hold back, listen to what's going on up there, because that is an electrical impulse. Every thought is an electrical impulse that will go out into our energy field, and it will go out and start to create until it brings together everything that will show that those thoughts are real. So it has to bring that confirmation so that we can believe those thoughts and go into self-sabotage if those thoughts are not of the pureness and the love, and feel isolated, or whatever our mind will tell us over and over again. It is like a an inspector, it'll go and get the evidence to prove it's right, even though it might be a million miles away from the truth. So this is really listening and listen to that dialogue of our thoughts, being really mindful and staying in the moment as we're going through. It's almost like it's an initiation. We're traveling through this time. We're using our skills. We're doing our self-healing. We're really pausing before we respond, and we're responding in the way that we know that whatever we give out, whatever we say or do or act, it will come back. And so we're now being really mindful of that, from a way of not choosing it, not having to do it because it's karmic, but choosing it. We're choosing to be like that because it's enlivening, it's uplifting, it's healing. So we're all have come so far on our path, and this is a powerful portal that we're all traveling through. Anything that is not in alignment with the divine truth is going to start being shown. And it's nothing to fear, because fear is the block. The divine will bring it through in the most beautiful ways, that there's nothing to fear, that everything's dealt with it really easily. And we see that how beautiful our life is, that there is nothing to fear, absolutely nothing to fear. So the Goddess Maat is there in the universe, bringing those scales now, balancing each and every one of us. We've got this powerful eclipse of the sun, the moon and earth coming together, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. So a beautiful time of transformation, and choosing to feel the joy of life, feel the beautiful effects of this transformation. And as we stay in peace and as we stay in the moment, we move through this portal very, very gracefully. We flow with ease, because every time something fearful comes up, we know we have gone into our heads. We know we've gone into an illusion of worst case scenario, and it's stepping into faith, absolutely stepping into faith as we're moving through this time. So I'm asking for a message for the collective, or anyone who views this video, for the highest and greatest good. There we have one, just popped out. And we have the King of Wands. And he is known, he's the entrepreneur and the King of Wands. He also carries a peacock feather to show mercy, and this is what this energy is all about. He's facing our karma and dissolving it with love. There's no punishment. It's actually bringing it up, being aware of it, and knowing that we have a merciful divine that is encouraging us to be the best and to evolve into the most highest and being that we can be during this time. So there we have the King of Wands, the entrepreneur, and then we have the Six of Wands. So all this fire energy, and this is Jupiter in Aries, that is shining light on our manifestations, but also giving us the life force energy to achieve them. So as we let go of the heaviness that we are carrying, that we are hiding, so ask for anything unseen, anything that I'm not seeing, please bring to the surface for me, to be able to see it, so that we can become aware of it, and we can choose to focus on a happier outcome that we can choose to forgive or choose to even accept. And peace is the most powerful antidote for anything that comes up. Just breathe to peace. We're choosing peace now. We're not suppressing anything. We're allowing it to come up. It's there. And if we want to delve back into it, then we can. That's our free will. But as we see it, and I've carried this for too long now, it's too heavy, I'm choosing peace now, and breathe that peace in, and you'll feel the expansion within the core of your being as you let that layer fall away. And then we have the Hermit, which is asking us to go within. So the King of Wands, the entrepreneur, asking us to focus on our passions. It's not just focusing on everything that's gone in the past, all the challenges. It's actually focusing on our passions, and he knows all about manifesting. He is the entrepreneur. He has achieved his goals. He has achieved everything that he has put his heart and soul to, and his mind, in a very beautiful and creative way. This is the passion, the fire. Also, he's moving. He's got his drum there, so he is moving to the beat of his own drum. He is not entangled in what's going on around him. He's listening to what's going on within. He is very, very focused, and this is what this energy is asking us. It's not going into the darkness of everything that's gone in the past, but we have that and we have this. Which one are we going to choose? Which one are we going to take in to our energy, into our bodies? We have a choice, and we start to move to the core and the rhythm of our own universal tune. The rhythm, this universal rhythm that we all have within us, our hearts. We start to move with our unique gifts, and being the unique person that we are, without trying to fit in, without getting fearful of not being accepted. We start to move, and we become our authentic self, and that brings us into alignment to bring those beautiful treasures that we have hidden deep down underneath, lots of emotions, of anything that is down there that needs to come up. At the very bottom of all that are these beautiful diamonds, these treasures, this divine intelligence that now is starting to work through us. So as things come up, that's good, because we are closer to our treasure chest that we all have. We all have one, and as we start to open it, we'll never look outside of ourselves again. The Six of Wands is one of celebration. Again, this is the fire, this is Mercury. And Sagittarius is also in the mix with this eclipse as well. So Sagittarius is the horse, half man. And he has that bow and arrow, and he completely focuses on the direction. He focuses where his aim is. And this is what we're being asked to do, is to stay focused. This is a card of celebration, of public recognition, of being recognized. The God and the angels see everything that we do. So things coming up now, this is a time where we've gone through those challenges. We've gone through all that, those challenges of the past. We've gone through that suffering of the past. Why hold on to it? Why leave it within us? It's gone, and we've moved through it, so it's time to flow through it, so that we can be as light as a feather. And as we're the souls that are passing through the gateway to the afterlife, they ask Maat if their hearts can be as light as a feather. And this is what we are being asked to do, come into the heart. And when we do that, life around us, within us and all around us changes, and life becomes a celebration. We're doing what we love doing, and that just, it feeds our soul, it nourishes our soul. And then we have the Hermit, which is a major arcana. So the Hermit is asking us to go within, and you can see sat there on the lighthouse looking at the earth and the ocean, detached, just going within, observing, not getting embroiled in anything, not going into any kind of poor me or victim, just sat observing. And really, as we look at everything we've been through, seeing how strong we are, how very, very powerful we are to have moved through. And as we look into the past and we see how the divine has been there guiding us each time, we start to then sit back and allow ourselves to go in and observe. And as we do, we go into that light within, that divine light within. And then we become beacons of light. So the Hermit is asking us to go within, to find time to be in silence during this time, to really connect at the very core of who we are, of who we truly are, to listen to our hearts and allow everything else to dissolve. We are not our past. We are not our challenges. That is not our future. We are now in full awareness that we are creators. And from that place, we start to create from peace and love. And the base of the pack is the Chariot. So as we're moving through this time, the Chariot, she sat there on the snail. Doesn't matter how fast we're going, as we take our time and we're really mindful of and fine-tuning how we are feeling, because ultimately our feelings go out and dictate which direction we're going to go on. So she sat on this snail, taking her time, and the snail will win the race, because everything, and Mercury is in retrograde. So again, even though we've got Jupiter and Mars and Aries together pushing us forward, Mercury's saying just take your time, there's no rush. Make sure everything is in order. Don't go off and try and be impatient. Just take one step, baby step, and then another one. When we're in alignment and when we're feeling we're in that flowing place, if we're not feeling it, then take a step back and sit. So this is the Chariot moving us now. This is another card of celebration. It's a card of our ascension, reminding us of what we project out. That's the direction we will start to move in. That's the energy, that's the reins that really dictate which direction we're going to move into. So this is a time of, right, we are in control of how we feel. We can't control anyone around us. We can't control anything that's happening globally. but actually we can control our emotions, we can control how things are affecting us, and if they are affecting us in not a aligned way, we can go within and surrender it, let it go, and feel lighter for it, and sit until whatever it is that is bringing any situation that is invoking anything within us that is causing disharmony within or conflict within, sit with it. Just breathe and breathe until we feel okay with it, and that is gone. As soon as we start to feel okay with it, that's it. It loses its grip on us. So this is movement. This is the card of ascension, Archangel Metatron guiding us, and he is helping us through this ascension and opening our chakras up and aligning our chakras so that we are receiving these upgrades. He is bringing those upgrades through that are so unique to each of us. So this is a time of where we're taking energy in, then it absorbs. Then as it absorbs, there's a cleaning process goes on, a cleansing process. And so that's where we sit back and allow that process to go. And then as we fill with light, things start to be easier in our lives. So this is a card now, the Chariot, keeping our awareness of where we are placing our attention and making sure that is like the Sagittarius, the half horse, half man, staying focused on this is the outcome, or leaving room for the universe to work its magic. So I'm asking now for a message from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, for anyone who views this video. So a card for underneath, the King of Wands. There we go, the King of Wands, release. Okay. Card for underneath, the Six of Wands, take a leap. Wow. A card for underneath, the Hermit. Nope. Rebuild. The card at the base of the pack is the Move. Again, underneath the Chariot, we have the Chariot. So underneath the King of Wands, we've got the Major Arcana card, and this is Death in the traditional tarot card deck. So in order to move in to this kingdom and this beautiful life, there's a death of the old us, the false beliefs, and this is a powerful time of transformation. This card brings in new beginnings. It's a card of transformation. So as we are letting go of the old, we're not feeding it with our minds, we're not feeding it with our thoughts, we're not allowing it to disturb our emotions. We open up space for this beautiful energy of the King of Wands, the entrepreneur, the compassion, the mercifulness, the beautiful counselor that you can go to ask questions, and you will be guided in the most heartfelt way. So this is the death now of the ego, which is not going to go easily because it thinks it knows us, it thinks it goes into overprotection. But once we stand in our light, we've nothing to protect ourselves from. We are divinely protected and supported. So this is a powerful time of transformation. Breathe through it. Actually, anything that's coming up, any thoughts that are coming up, just breathe through them. Know that they are coming from a place of fear. not the divine. The divine will never speak to us in a place of that it's going to put fear into us or cause any kind of anxiety. It will only come through with love. So making sure that we're breathing through these energies, and that when we're taking those deep breaths, we're breathing that divine light in into wherever it is affecting us within our body, cleansing our minds with the light, cleansing our bodies with the light, and then sending the light into the situations and seeing it all dissolve as we choosing now to flow from the heart and this beautiful creative energy. And it's a male energy as well, so this is the divine masculine within us coming through to help us to create. And then underneath the Six of Wands, we have the Three of Wands. Take the lead. This is a time of really where you're on your right path. What feels right is your soul saying, yes, this is the right way, what is uplifting. And this is, they're asking us to take a leap now, to take a quantum leap into that vision, feel it, actually taking the aroma of it. And during this time of this alignment, to spend some time in nature, because as we spend time in nature, we see how aligned nature is. Everything is in alignment in nature. It dies in winter, and then it springs back to life in spring, sometimes more beautiful than ever before. And as we are going through this transformation, parts of us, we are leaving now, are transcending, we're moving from, and we're being asked to take this giant leap into our visions, own them, just like the half horse, half man, keeping that focus firmly placed on the direction in which we are meant to go, not into the past, not into the future, not 10 miles down our path. In this moment, staying focused, and this is take the lead. Things coming in now. Be your own, listen to your own inner voice. Be guided by your own inner voice, as long as it is encouraging you and it is one of that's going to benefit ourselves and everyone. Listen to that voice and take the lead. Take the lead with integrity, kindness, with love. And then underneath the Hermit, we have rebuild. So this is the Tower. So as we go within and we find those beautiful, beautiful treasures, they become who we are. And we start to build that structure from those treasures that are so deep within us. We start to build, and everything that is not in keeping with our authentic self, that's at the very core of us, starts to fall away. And it's allowed to fall away. Don't try and grasp on anything. Don't try and solve it. Don't try and understand why things are moving the way they are, because we never will understand it. And once we go into that mental place, we start to react. We start to react in a way of the problem. We start to behave in a different way than what we will from the core, from the truth of who we are. So this is a falling away now. Don't grasp onto anything. Let it go. If it's painful, take a breath, breathe the light in to any kind of disharmony, any kind of upset. Breathe the light in, breathe it, surrender it, and then move forward with grace. And this is the most powerful healing that we can do. It's the most powerful time that we are moving through. The universe is calling us to be who we are, to be the authentic blueprint of the divine blueprint of who we are. Fear, anxiety, control, everything outside of us, if it's not positive, is not our original blueprint. It's come from a place of fear. It's coming from a place of choosing, from having, thinking that we've got no choice, when ultimately we always have our own free will. So things falling away as we go within, the Hermit's taking us within, and we're letting everything else fall away. And what stays will be beautiful, will be pure, will be love. And what falls away is the falseness. So allow the process to occur. It's going to occur anyway, but it's one of pure beauty. It's one of pure upliftment, because as we let go, we just rise up and expand and become greater than what we could ever imagine, in a way that, in happier than what we could ever imagine. And then underneath the Chariot, we have the Chariot. So again, asking us to move into our hearts, to go in and asking, what is weighing heavy on my heart during this time? And allowing it to come to the surface. Nothing fearful. We've been through the pain, the residue we may be holding in our hearts. We don't have to go through those situations. We've been through them. We don't have to carry them for lifetimes in our hearts anymore. The universe is saying, offload during this time. Allow your hearts to become light, filled with light, and move into that beautiful time of ascension, of expansion, of seeding the new earth, coming into alignment at this beautiful solar eclipse, a powerful time. So spend time going within, listening to what's going on, being gentle with ourselves, being honest, absolutely honest with ourselves, and allowing things to surface, because as they surface, we have a free will to allow them to then to forgive, to dissolve, whatever feels right for you at that time, to dissolve, to surrender, and choose lightness, choose the divine light, choose light. And as we do this, even if we do this, we can only do it individually, but if we all start doing this individually, we will see this new earth, this beautiful fifth dimension and higher. So I'm sending so much love to you all. Spend some time really to just go within, in silence, allow it to come. Nothing fearful. We've been through it. Nothing can hurt us now. And as we go through it, time to surrender. Call on your guides, your angels, to help you during this time. And then from it, we will open up and come into alignment with the pureness of our hearts, bringing love into our lives. So I'm sending so much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening this evening. Doing any self-healing, doing any kind of releasing, being gentle, have a nice bath even. Light a candle and stare your visions into the candle, and ask the water to dissolve anything that's not in keeping with those visions, to just, you're giving permission now for it to be released. The universe is conspiring, is here. On tomorrow we have the lunar eclipse, but also the gateway of the Pleiadians opens as well. So we're getting that extra boost of miraculous healing tomorrow. And also it's the start of the festival of the Buddha. the Buddhist festival. So beautiful, divine blessings come in as we let go of the past, let go of what's no longer serving us. We open up to receive the beautiful gifts from God, these beautiful blessings from Buddha, the miraculous healing from the Pleiadians. So connect with the Pleiadians as well for some extra healing. They look up into the stars and connect with the Pleiadians, the seven sisters, and draw the energy in. Ask them to help you to go through this portal with as grace and with ease. And that's what, when we ask, that's what they will bring for us. They will bring that healing in the most beautiful way. So I'm sending so much love, such exciting times to really step into alignment, into that beautiful balance of harmony that will create divine magic in our lives. So I'm sending so much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. God bless.